So what advice would you give to like entrepreneurs in this kind of stage where maybe they're looking to start a new business, maybe they're looking to quit their job, and they have like this overarching cloud of expectations from parents and mom's friend in the locker room, whatever, you know? So what would you say, like, what's one thing you would give to, maybe a piece of advice that you would give to your younger self then?
Well, what really helped me, I'll share with you what really helped me. And then maybe that's for somebody as well. I always talk about finding groups of people who already have your goal and hanging out with them. Because I was really scared because nobody around me was doing what I was doing. But then I started getting myself involved with entrepreneurship communities. I joined a mentorship program. I hired a coach. Then I started getting into groups of people who are also wanting to leave their 9-to-5, who are also starting their business. And so being in that energy allowed me to build a stronger belief and also know that I'm not the only one going through this stuff. It's normal. Everybody, I'm not the only one scared of posting on social media. That was one of my fears when I first started. Like, I'm not going to be able to create videos online. But then when I got into a community of other people being like, oh, I'm going to post content this week. Do you want to hold each other accountable? It made such a big difference early on in my journey. So I would say, like, if you want to quit your job, hang out with other people who've quit their job. If you want to start a business, hang out with other people who started a business, because that energy and the lessons that they can teach you are really going to help you collapse time.
Here's something though that a lot of people may not realize regarding this. And I think this is why a lot of people don't do this. It's because when you're with these people, like, your insecurity is up. You're like, oh shit, like I'm not that great. Yeah. I'm not that good. So how did you first of all, did you experience that as you're going into these groups, and how did you feel about that? How did you navigate it? Was there like something you were telling yourself over and over again? Yeah, well, I talk a lot about doing the inner work and mindset work and building a self-image of like the person that you want to become. So no doubt there was a lot of internal work around building my identity as someone who was worthy to claim her space and be heard. But also, even just to normalize it, I really just knew that everyone here were all on the same journey. So I wasn't the only one, right? In our mind, we're like, oh, I'm the only one scared to sell. I'm the only one scared to create a podcast. I'm the only one scared to show my face on camera without makeup. But when you actually start talking to real humans, you realize this journey of entrepreneurship, regardless what your business is, we all share the same fears and doubts and worries and overthinking. And so the more honest we could be about that, I wasn't trying to be anyone I wasn't. Like, I was telling people like, I'm nervous. I've never created an Instagram video. Is there anything I can learn from you? Like, what helped you? So I wasn't trying to like be someone I wasn't. I was being coachable. I was willing to be mentored and be like, hey, listen, you're 2 steps ahead of me. What can I learn from you? You've already created your first video. What can I learn from you? And so I think that's a quality in entrepreneurship. If you're coachable, that will take you a long way. I had to be coachable in those spaces to really learn from the people who are not way ahead of me, even just a few steps ahead of me. There's a lot to learn from that journey. And so I was always soaking up when I was in these rooms of like, hey, what can I learn from you? Is there something you could teach me? Like, I learned something from you when we went to the event together. We talked about ChatGPT and you training your function. Like, I learned from you, but that's kind of the attitude that I always carry. I'm always a new entrepreneur. Got it. It's that beginner mindset of like, how can I learn? What was like day one, not day, what is it? What was it? No, day one, not one day. Exactly. So I'm always starting with that mindset, no matter what room I'm in. But as an early entrepreneur in my beginner days, I was really like, I was the girl with the notebook, like writing notes and learning from everyone in the circles around me. And that's what helped me collapse time. Like, I built a 6-figure business in 11 months of starting, having never built a business. And I didn't do anything, no secrets, no nothing. I was just coachable. I took action really quickly. And so I really got myself in groups of people who were already doing that, just so I can collapse time and learn from them. And the energy is just so contagious. Yeah. note to future Paul, join an entrepreneur group.
Yes.
Because you know what? It's every time I did successfully did a goal, it's because I joined the community first, like working out. And for some reason I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
So it's like some of these things you just have to keep repeating and repeating and repeating.
Totally. And honestly, I'm still implementing that. Like I'm now an investor. I want to get more into real estate. I'm looking at buying a property in Costa Rica. And so
cool.
Now I'm in a bunch of mastermind groups with investors and people who sell real estate and buy real estate, people who do international real estate. Because I'm like, hey, listen, I've never done this before. So if I can talk to one person and they'll say, when you look at a house, look at this one thing. Like, I'm not even talking about like a big, massive aha moment, just little things that I can learn from people. It's going to make my journey a lot easier, and I'm going to collapse it. Like, instead of it taking 2 years, it could maybe take me only a few months because I'm learning from all the people around me. So even now, like as an investor, I'm taking that advice of like, I drive to Oakville once a month to be in a room full of investors just so I can be in the conversation and know what are the questions they're asking? What are they looking at when they're looking to buy property, and trying to learn a thing or two from each of those rooms that I'm in.